Hello, everyone. How are you today? I am coming to you with my October 2025 currently inked, and I really wasn't sure what direction I wanted to take this month. I had to think about it and wanted to mix it up a little bit. I'm getting a little bit bored with what I normally do. And then a video popped up on my YouTube feed by Laurie and Tata, and she came up with some different pen categories of for this month or whatever month she was doing. And I thought, oh, that's a really good idea. And it may actually make me pull out pens that I haven't used in a while. Some of them I have, some of them I had inked up last month, some of them I haven't inked up for quite a while. So I thought, well, this is, just a good exercise to sort of try something different. I will try and put a link to her video in the description below so you can go and check out her video as well. So thank you to Laurie for the inspiration for this video. So the first category she spoke about was a new pen, and this is probably my newest pen. It's the Esterbrook Niblet. Just making sure I'm in frame. Esterbrook Niblet, and you unscrew this pen because it's a pocket pen, and you screw on the cap to give you more of a full-sized pen, and it's got a number 6 nib. Now, the nib that came with mine, it was actually really badly tuned, like really bad. So I ended up just buying another Esterbrook medium nib and swapping it out. And I'm going to try and take the nib that needs tuning with me down to the Melbourne Pen Show and see if I can find someone down there to fix it. But this is the pen that's I've sort of used for my category of new, and I had it inked with Diamine Ancient Copper. Now, I actually went through and I thought I was recording all of this with you guys and wrote it all out, and then realized I actually hadn't hit record. So now I'm redoing this, but I've already written it out, so I'm not going to write it again. Now, the next category she had was budget. And this is probably, I think, one of my favorite budget pens. It's the Quaker Sport. I've got mine in dark olive with a medium nib, and it's inked with Diamine Green Umber. But I love pocket pens, and these are very reliable, smooth riders. I tend to get mine with either a fine or a medium nib. Most of them have a medium nib because I use them for letter writing, journaling, etc. But they just make a really nice size pocket pen. They're lightweight, and I think they retail here in Australia for anywhere between $40 to $50 or thereabouts, without the clip, of course. But you can buy the clip as an extra. So that's my next pen. The one after that was a Boujee or fancy pen, and I thought this is possibly the fanciest pen I have. It is the Mont Blanc Writer's Edition Jane Austen, which was a birthday gift from my husband. Mine has a medium nib on it. It's just a beautiful pen. The more I write with it, the more I fall in love with it. Most of the weight is here in the cap. The pen itself is quite well balanced. And at the moment, I have it inked with Mont Blanc Jane Austen Umber, which is the ink that they made to go with the pen. So just a beautiful pen. Very, very fancy. Very fancy though. And the next one we've got is OG, so an original pen. So this is the one that came to mind for me. It was my first gold nib pen. It was also a pen that I bought probably 5 years ago. Was it 5 or maybe 6? Maybe I don't know. Maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And when I got mine, the price was nowhere near as what they sell them for these days. So I feel very lucky to have it as part of my collection. But yes, it was my first original gold nib pen, and I still love it to this day. Um, these I usually post mine to make it more of a larger pen. It's beautiful, very comfortable to write with, has a wonderful smooth nib. Mine has a 14 carat fine nib, and it's inked with Sailor Ink Studio 530. Now, the next pen category is an Amazon pen, and I could have gone with a few different ones for this, but I decided to go with this one. This is a Jinhao 9019. This is actually a gift from Pen Friend Ray, and I have it inked with one of our favourite yellow inks. He loves this ink as well, and it's the Ferris Wheel Press Buttered Popcorn. Now, this is a chunky monkey pen, but it's a beautiful writer. I actually really enjoy writing with it. It has the biggest ink converter I have ever seen in my life. But yeah, just a really great pen to write with and lightweight. So it's probably my favourite pen from Amazon. Now, the next one I have is, or actually, the next category Laurie did was Everybody Needs This, ENT. And I couldn't go past this one. This is the Pilot Kakuno. I've actually got several of these. I love them. They're reliable riders. Mine have all got medium nibs on them, but you can pick them up for anywhere between $22 to $30. And so they're very much an affordable fountain pen that you can use a converter with them or a cartridge. And they just write, they're just so reliable and they've got smooth nibs. So I couldn't live without these. So I think everyone should have one in their collection, regardless of how extensive and vast or, how collectible your pens are. I think everyone should just have one of these. And it would be like I've actually bought these over the years to gift to other people who want to get into the fountain pen hobby as well, because they are a reliable pen, and you can give them some cartridges to begin with, just so they don't get overwhelmed with the whole filling a pen and washing it out and cleaning it and everything. You just start them off small, pen, cartridges, some paper, and they're right to go. And they usually fall in love with fountain pens. So that's my next pen I believe everyone should have. Now, the next one is On the Go pen, and I could have gone with a number of different ones, but I ended up going with this. This is the pen that lives with me in my handbag. It is reliable, it is tough, it is sturdy. It is the Traveller's Company Brass Pocket Pen. It has a fine nib and it is inked with Diamine Sierra cartridge. Now, this pen you just pull and you post, and you've got more of a full size pen that is very well balanced. Now, I can have this pen inked up for a month, not touch it, and then pick it up right with it, and there's no hard starting issues. It really is quite reliable and I enjoy using it. It's even got like a little loop here that you could actually hang on a chain and have it around your neck if you needed to for work. I don't do that. It just lives in my handbag, but yeah, that's my on the go pen that I love. Now, the next section or the next category was makeup pen. And this is my newest makeup pen. This is the Just Turnings Mimus pen. It is in the resin by Turned Penco, I believe it is, and it's called Trippy Hippie. And I've got it with a matte finish, a medium nib, and it's inked with Sailor Ink Studio 967. So I love matte pens. I love the feel of them. They just feel beautiful in the hand. So this nib is very juicy though. It's a medium nib, but it's almost writing like a broad. So I thought I might actually take it down with me to the Melbourne Pen Show and see if I can find someone to do a grind on this for me. We'll see. Now, the next category is FOMO. This was definitely a FOMO pen for me. I didn't want to miss out on it. They actually made this resin many, many years ago. Estabrook made this resin. And I think it was only just a small batch that they did just to see how it would go. And I remember seeing it pop up on Instagram. Someone had one in their collection. And I just fell in love with it. I thought, oh, I wish they would do a rerun of that particular resin so I could get one. And when they did, I made sure I was right on the dot there to purchase the day it came out, or the day it actually came onto um, market in Australia so I could purchase it. So it was definitely one I didn't want to miss out on. So it's actually the SD Blue Moon, and I've got a 1.1 stub on this, and it's inked with Troublemaker Milky Ocean. So it's just a beautiful blue pen. Really happy that I've got it. and loving this Troublemaker Milky Ocean, especially the 1.1 stub nib, because it has a bit of chroma shading in that ink, and so although it's blue, it also sort of throws up hints of lavender as well and pink. So it's a really pretty ink to use. The next category was a gift, and I thought I'm going to go with my most recent gift from pen friend Darla. This is the Esterbrook JR Pocket Pen in Belize with a medium nib. It is such a beautiful pen. The resin in it is just gorgeous. And I have it inked with Robert Oster Clearwater Rain. And it's just a perfect pairing. It goes really well with these darker blues through the resin. So I've actually inked this up. I think it's the third time I have inked it up with this particular ink. Uh, and Been a While was the next category, and I thought I couldn't really go past this one. This is my Pilot Vanishing Point. It used to be my son's. We did a swap, and it's in the black and gold finish. It has an 18 karat fine nib, and it's inked with Pilot Roshizuku Shinryoku, and I just love it. I love the fact that it's just a click and write um, pen, easy to use, reliable. Um, and I mean, at first I wondered whether this clip would actually bother me, but it doesn't. I actually find it very comfortable to write with. So that's my next one. Then we'll go over the page. Um, so next category was a classic pen, and I thought this is the first one that came to mind. It's my Waterman Corrine in amber. It has an 18 karat medium nib and is inked with Pilot Roshizuku Fuyugaki. It's a beautiful pen. Such a beautiful writer. My friend Karen up in Queensland actually pen-abled me with this one. Um, she just kept raving about hers, and I thought, oh, I've got to just try one and see what they're like. And as soon as I did, I'm like, yep, I definitely would like to add that to my wish list. And I'm so glad I have. It's just a beautiful classic pen, timeless, elegant, just gorgeous. The next category was Preloved, and this is the pen that came to mind. It is a Franklin Christoph Model 45. It is a pocket pen in blue orchid. It has a number 5 nib on it, which is a medium, and I've actually got it inked with Birmingham Pen Company Hydrothermal Spring, which was a ink sample from pen friend Priscilla, I believe. Or was it Darla? I can't remember. One of them. Either pen friend Priscilla or pen friend Darla. One of them. But that's what it's inked with at the moment. But this is a pen that I actually bought pre-loved from Stephen of Just Turnings. And this was one that was sitting in his collection that he was getting rid of. This is quite a few years ago now. And it's my only Franklin Christoph pen, but it's a very comfortable little writer pen. You can actually use it. I mean, I've got an ink cartridge in here at the moment that I've just filled with a syringe, but you can actually eyedropper it as well and put silicone grease around the threads and use it as an eyedropper pen if you wanted to. So that's the next pen I had. And last but not least, the Just Because category. I really wanted to ink this one up again. I actually had this inked up in, was it August? August, I think. It's a Sailor 1911 standard in burgundy with a 14 karat broad nib and inked with Sailor Ink Studio 435. So I had it inked with this, I think back in August. Really, really loved it, and decided that I want to ink it up again with this particular ink. So that's my Just Because pen. So 14 categories, and these are the pens that I have. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep them all on here. We can try though, right? We can try. Um, and yes, so thank you to Laurie for coming up with these different categories. I've enjoyed playing along and just trying something different for this month. Sometimes we just need a little bit of inspiration in this community. We don't always have all the ideas happening all at once. Well, I don't anyway. So I look to other pen people in the community for inspiration quite often. I'm sure they don't mind. It's a form of flattery, right? When someone sort of copies what you're doing. So these are my pens. Probably need to move them along a little bit. Can't really get them all in. So there you have it. Oh, and this one. But they're my 14 pens that I've got inked up for this month. I'm not sure what I'm going to take with me down to Melbourne yet. I'm going to the Melbourne Pen Show at the end of the month or in a week and a half, 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks. So I'm really looking forward to that and meeting up with some other pen friends. And yeah, that's all I have for you this evening. Thank you very much for watching and tuning in. Until next time, take care and I'll see you back here. Bye.